Hi, I'm Julia Hankins. I'm a children's wellbeing specialist and I deliver wellbeing workshops to children and those who care for them, and I deliver training and resources for things children's wellbeing. I also deliver training and resources for children's yoga teachers. And so today I'm going to be talking all about how we can foster a greater feeling of community in our school yoga classes. So I've been thinking about this theme of working in schools for the whole of September because it's return to school for me personally, and the vast majority of the work that I do is in schools on these long-term contracts. And I really feel that when we get these big contracts with schools and we get to work with them for a whole year, even just a term, we can really start to make changes for the children and the adults within that setting. And so today I'm going to be talking all about the community and how we can foster a greater feeling of community in the schools that we work for or work with. So really, it's important that we do feel like part of the community when we're working in a school, so that we feel like part of the furniture of the team. Because if the staff sees somebody who just comes in and delivers something and then goes again, we're kind of disposable, and it's less likely that our contract will be renewed. If we are a greater part of the community, the school community, and the school sees us as one of the team or one of them, or it's good for us because it means that we're more likely to get asked back year upon year. But it's also really good for the children too, because it gives them a more cohesive view of their education system. So all of the people who are delivering lessons to them giving similar messages. So here are my top tips for building a greater feeling of community in your school's classes. So names is just a really important thing to me, is using people's correct names. And so that's with the children. I usually recommend having name cards for the children that you teach so that you can use their names. And then over time what happens is you'll remember some names. You won't remember all of them unless you really savant or something. You've got an amazing memory, but knowing some of the names and using the children's names when you teach is a really great way of feeling like you're part of something and that you know them, and helps the children feel really seen by you. But I would also say that learning the names of the staff is important too, getting to know teachers' first names and also their surnames, so that if you're in the hall and somebody goes, "Oh, have you seen Mrs. so and so?" then you can actually answer the question rather than just smiling and saying, "I don't know." You can find out people's names by just looking on the website and looking at pictures on the website. Usually most schools have pictures of the people who are there, or you can ask the children of the names of the teachers. Schools aren't great at introducing themselves and to just be really busy places and go from one thing to the next. But it does, if you learn the names of the teachers and the children, any adults in the school too, it's a really powerful way of just feeling more connected and feeling like a greater part of the community. The second thing I would say is really important in creating a community in schools is knowing the school's vision, values, and ethos. So this may be written as a mission statement. These might be listed as values on their website. Places to look out for them are on the school's website itself. Any letters or anything like that, they will sometimes have a mission statement or a value statement at the bottom of an email or a letter. And also around the school, sometimes you'll see artwork or words. Just take notice of what those words are, because when you know the school's values, then you can kind of embody those values and you can bring those up in your lessons, and that just makes you just a little bit more part of the furniture than any other activity provider coming into the school. So for example, if one of the values was perseverance, for example, and you saw that a child was showing some perseverance in your lesson, you'd be able to say, "Oh, wow, you really persevered. Well done. I know that's one of the school values and you really showed that you did that." And along with that, kind of side note is that schools will have their own reward mechanisms in place. So it could be that they give dojo points, or it could be that they give class points or house points or positive points or golden tickets, or whatever the school policy on reward is. Try and find out what that is and see if you can use that. So if you see some children, they're being really helpful packing stuff away for you could say, oh, that's really helpful, can have a such and such point. Obviously check in with the school if it's okay for you to give those points. They're happy for you to do so, but feeding into the school's positive reward system is another really good way of fitting in with the school. So we've got learning names and using them, knowing the vision, values and ethos of the school, and feeding into their reward system is three really great ways of building a community. Another way is just the language that you're using. So using the words we and at our school, and kind of embedding yourself within the school. Yes, you're an outsider coming in, but if you talk as if you are part of it, then the children will really feel safe with you, because they'll be like, oh, we're all the same, we're all part of the community. And when you come into a school, you are part of their community. You're acting under the umbrella of that particular school, and so it's only right that you would say things like, at this school we, whatever it is. Another thing that you can do to feel more like part of the community is to stay informed about what's going on in the school. So this could be if they've got any special days that they're running, or any special topics that are being taught, or any trips that the children are going on, any residentials. And you can do that by reading the school's weekly newsletter. You can look for displays around the school. Sometimes in the staff rooms there'll be like a weekly timetable that gives information, or display boards that display things. Generally keeping up to date with what's going on in the school, so that you can weave that into your lessons, and it just makes you feel a bigger part of the community, and it makes the staff value you more because you are valuing them, and the staff feel seen too. They're saying things like, oh, did you have a good time on your residential last week? Or, little conversations like that go a long way with making people feel they themselves are valued, which is really important. Another thing that you can do is follow social media for the school that you're in. So they may have a Twitter account or a Facebook account, or whatever your preferred mode of social media is. Follow the schools that you work in, and share any posts that they are wanting to get a greater reach on, or commenting on them. You could also tag them in your social media posts. Obviously, you need to be really careful here about what it is that you're sharing on social media and what information is appropriate to share. Obviously, I would never share any photographs of children. I wouldn't take any photographs of children within the schools that I'm working at either. But I would tag a school in a post that I was writing about a particular school. Obviously not mentioning specific children or anything like that. Another thing that you can do to be part of a school community is to support them in things like fundraising activities. So if they've got a Christmas fair, or a summer fair, or something like that, if they've got an event happening, you could support them by giving them some vouchers or some free, I don't know if you have other services, like if you do other classes outside of the school lessons that you teach, maybe giving away like a free trial session or something like that as a prize for them to use, or perhaps even coming and delivering a little session at one of their events, or offering to volunteer. That's something that you feel comfortable with. Obviously, don't offer anything that you are not comfortable doing, but if you do feel comfortable and you do have the time, then it's a great way of feeling like part of the community, and it's rewarding for you as well as it is useful for them. So another thing that you can do is ask if you can reach out to parents and to share with them information about other offers that you have. So perhaps you teach adults too, and you might want to invite the parents or the teachers along to a workshop that you're running or an adult class that you're delivering, and you'd like to offer a discount, then that can be something that's offering value to them and making them feel important to you. But it's also good for you because it means that more people may come to your events, workshops, classes that may have perhaps before, and it's another way of getting your visibility increased. So those are just my ideas on how to increase community when you are working in schools. Hope that you found that really useful and really interesting. If you're watching this video on the day that it's being released, you still have, I think it's 6 days to sign up to Cerys Corneli's free challenge. I'm going to put the link in the description here, but Cerys Corneli runs a free challenge helping you to get more work in schools, and it's a challenge that I've done many times, and I've been a member of her Approaching Schools Academy before. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the comments, and if there's anything that you think that I've missed, please do comment. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe and share with any other kids yoga teachers that you know. And if you've got any questions that you'd like me to answer, then please do feel free to email me, julia@juliahankins.co.uk. Thanks for watching.